how's it going, guys? It's been about a month since the World of Brood expansion, so that means that in May, which is, this month, we'll get a mini expansion with brand new cards. Now, the Shadowverse anime is going on, and all the characters, they have like their key legendaries, and I'm pretty sure that those cards, those legendaries, will make it into a game at some point. I really do think so. I just don't know if that's like in this mini expansion, or maybe in a anime expansion in the future. Right now, I'm assuming that we're not getting those cards right now, so in this video, we're going over things or wishes that I want for this mini expansion. You'll also notice that I have a fancy new haircut, but I didn't go out and get my haircut. I got so annoyed by it that I just like did it myself, and hopefully it looks all right. Anyway, let's go. Alright, so why don't we start with everyone's favorite class, Runecraft. Now, Rune is in a pretty good spot right now. They have a bunch of playable decks. You can play your Kuon Rune, Dirt is somewhat playable, there's Carol out there, there's Natura Rune. So, Rune's in a good spot, as it usually is. One archetype that I would like to see get support for Rune is Ginger. You guys know Ginger's one of my favorite cards of all time, and she still has a lot of, time left before she rotates out. And since all the other Rune decks are doing well, why not throw Ginger some support to not make Rune overpowered, but give them another fun deck. For Ginger, like any expensive legendary that could be really good if it's cheap, maybe game winning would be great. Something that the other Rune decks couldn't abuse would be great. I love Ginger, and I'd love to see more Ginger support. Now for Blood, like Rune, it's one of those classes that it's really good right now. Blood is usually a struggle or on top of the game, and right now it's on top of the meta. Kind of like Rune, Blood could do, the Avarice, mid-range Blood. You can play Machina, you can play Natura. One thing that doesn't do so well for Blood though is the Pain archetype. So I'd like to see a bit more Pain support, We see Avarice is really good, so why not have Wrath Blood or, Pain Blood, give them something. Maybe have Flauros comes back and he's got a brand new code and he could do something. But these classes that are doing so well, if they don't get something great in the mini expansion, I think it's okay. So if they're not gonna get something good for the, like the meta, then give them something for new decks, right? Like Pain is struggling, give them something. Now, Forestcraft is one of my favorite classes in the game, and Forest is also doing okay, but one thing that isn't doing okay for Forest is the Limaga deck. You guys might remember in the last expansion, that's the deck that, took me to Grandmaster. It's the thing we played the most, and I really enjoyed it. Mini expansion came out, we got one card, and it just kind of sucked. The deck kind of sucks now. So the Limaga cards, they'll exist there for like the next 9 to 12 months, and if they never get any more support, it'll probably just be like a bunch of unplayable cards, and I think that's kind of sad. So maybe they just need like one final legendary or gold to make them be somewhat playable. I don't need Limaga to be a tier 1 forest deck, but just let it be playable. It's not too much to ask for, is it? For Haven, we've seen Haven be struggling a little bit, but Machina Haven is now like a pretty solid deck. But maybe it's time for Garuda to come back. Garuda can come back and he could support the more aggressive Storm Haven archetype that they're like sort of sprinkling here and there. So have Garuda come back. Storm Haven is a brand new deck. Let Haven do something else. I think it'd be pretty good. Portalcraft is now a playable class, and a pretty good one at that. Cygames did a fantastic job remaking the artifacts and making them playable and super fun. I think they need to do the same thing with the puppets, but I think this will take more than 2 cards from the mini expansion, so maybe next expansion they can revisit the puppets and make Puppet a playable deck. So if artifacts are good and puppets can't be fixed so easily, what does Portal need in the mini expansion? Portal may be a good class now, but to me they're still the clown class, so why not give Portal a good spicy meme? It's pretty standard for Portal and mini expansions. Give me some new a Portal meme to clown with. Shadow is one of those classes that has good cards but not great decks right now. Specifically cards like Friends Forever I think are really strong, and I don't really want to see more like full-on reanimate, but maybe just give them something completely new. Oftentimes mini expansions, they just have cards that are just setting up for the future of new decks, and I don't think Shadow can get like something huge in like 1 or 2 cards, so maybe just set up for the future of Shadowcraft, and to be honest, I'm not really sure what that is. Dragoncraft is my favorite class and one of the most hated classes, specifically when it's doing good like it is right now. So we definitely don't want to see Baldain support, none of that. What I would like to see is more Disco support. We saw Discord Dragon be somewhat playable, but then our boy Shivsbane got nerfed, and now the Discord cards are seen playing in some other decks. You know, you can play them in like Evo Dragon, things like that. So, you know, they're okay, but I like the Discord Dragon, and maybe they just need a little bit of a push so that it could be like its own deck. Cards that would not be abused by other Dragon decks, but something that would make you want to commit to a full-on Discord strategy. That's what I would like to see for Dragon. Now Sword is struggling, and Sword has been saved by mini expansion legendaries before. You know, Ariette was a pretty good card. So I think what Sword needs to be saved, and I think they're not so far off that they can't be saved. I specifically love my boy Patrick, he's a Mason, so maybe just give Sword, I don't know, a broken legendary and make Sword great again. How hard could it be, right? Anyway, I look forward to seeing what new cards we're gonna get in the expansion, and before you know it, there will be a whole new expansion, maybe with the anime legendaries. I still can't stream, but hopefully we can come back to streaming soon. I missed you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Thank you so much for watching.